Hey, my lovelies, I'm Mavis Enimado, and welcome back to my channel. So, lately, I've not been posting, guys, because trust me, it's not easy. School work at the same time, part time job, you have to study and all of that. It hasn't been easy, and I really want to focus in that area since this is my last semester. So, that's why I haven't been posting. But guys, don't worry. I'm coming back bigger and better, okay? How do you see? It's nice, right? Yeah. So guys, let's get right into the video. We are going to be talking about your pre-CAS or credibility interview. So with this interview, the school basically want to know how credible you are. Are you really coming to the UK to study or wherever interview you are taking, whatever country it is. They just want to know, are you really, really coming to study or for something else? So, hence the name credibility interview. So, prepare yourself, make sure you do your research. It is very, very important. Okay, just you knowing what it is that you are coming for, and you are good to go. Okay, so without much ado, let's just get right into it. 10 good points to help you pass your credibility interview. Okay. Point number one is, guys, make sure you have ID with you. Okay. Be it your passport or whatever, mainly passport. Okay. Make sure you have your passport with you. It's something that is widely recognized. So make sure you have your passport with you because the first thing is you are going to confirm your name, your date of birth, and yeah, your ID. They want to see, they want to know that it's you. So make sure you have your ID with you. Even though they have the list, they have whatever document you submitted with them, and they'll be reading through, but they still want to know. So they'll ask you for your name, your date of birth, and then your ID. That's point number one. Point number two is they are going to ask you, guys, okay. I stand to be corrected. First of all, the list I'm going to be giving you is not in any particular order. They wouldn't ask you in this order that I've written them. They might bring anyone before the other. But one thing you should know is that confirming your name, your date of birth, and showing your ID will always come first because they have to know who they are speaking with, you know. So for that one, it's always the first one, but the subsequent ones could come in any order. Okay. So they might also ask you, why the UK? When they ask you this question, they are looking for an answer they want you to try to compare, but they won't say it directly. They will just say, why UK? They want you to compare the UK to your home country or any other country in the world. So the UK, your home country, first the UK, your home country, and then you can try to talk about other. So if they ask you why the UK and say you are from Liberia, you are going to compare why not Liberia, but why the UK? So you can talk about the quality of education. You know, we all know that compared to Liberia, the UK has a higher quality of education. Then you talk about the rankings. The UK has one of the best the best universities in the world. So their rankings, they always rank top, like one of the top 10 best universities in the world is in the UK. So their rankings are always high. The third point you could be to improve upon your English. We all know that if you want to improve your English, UK is the best place to be. Scholarship and funding. Most, if not all, of the universities in the UK gives out scholarships or grant to help with your tuition fees or other stuffs. They are very supportive. That one, they are number one in that. Okay, so you can talk about funding, scholarships, friendly people. You like, guys, you have no idea. They are very welcoming to international students. The UK are the number one when it comes to that. Very welcoming, open-minded, warm-hearted people. They will open their arms to you. So it's also a great point. And then they also allow you to work while you study. And it's something that compared to probably your home country, you might not be able to do both, study and work. But here in the UK, you can, so you can talk about that as well. And then moving to the next point, they might ask you before applying to this university, whatever university it is that you've applied for, did you apply to other universities? Please, please do not answer this question with no. Because once you say that, they will know you are lying. There's no way, like, it's not, what word should I use? It's not a normal thing to just apply to one university and just go there straight. Obviously, you might have, checked other universities, okay? So if they ask you this question, whether you considered other universities, the answer is always yes, okay? But then if you answer yes, they're also going to ask you, then why this particular universities? For instance, you apply to, for me personally, when me I listed three different universities aside. Please don't go and list so much, okay? Two, three is enough. Even one is okay. Then they will ask you, so why that particular university you've chosen? Why not the other two you listed? Or why not the other one that you listed, then you have to tell them why by listing the ranking of the particular university. But make sure you do research to be able to know what you are saying is the truth. For instance, if you say, okay, I chose this university because it is ranking higher than so and so university, and then they all know that that so and so university ranks higher than what you are in, they will know. So please make sure you do your research, okay? So make sure you talk about the ranking of the university, make sure you talk about the location, okay? Even if maybe the other university you talked about has a higher ranking, at least the location should also help with that, okay? For instance, maybe the other university you didn't pick it because it's in London, and you picked another university outside London. We all know, and the location also have an impact, because the cost of living will be higher in, say, London compared to other parts of UK. So you can say, because of the location of this one, I picked it because the cost of living will be lower there. Then you talk about the tuition fee of the university you are at and the one that you didn't pick, and make sure that the one that you didn't pick fees is higher, because you are trying to tell the person why you think this one is better than this. So obviously the one that you've picked have to have a lot of advantages compared to the other. And then you have to talk about the course content and flexibility, because they might be offering the same course, but then the content might be different and the flexibility might be different. So the course content and flexibility that suits you. Most of the universities, if not all, in the UK here, when you apply, especially as an international student, they do give out scholarship. If you are a fee paying international student, they give out a certain percentage of scholarship, okay? Say a school might give her £4,000, another school might give her £3,000, another school might give her £2,000. Be the one that you pick, this scholarship is higher. Say they are giving you £4,000, whilst the one you didn't pick is giving out £3,000. That's also a reasonable reason not to take the other one. So your answer should be something that is quite convincing, that okay, yeah, so it makes sense that this person didn't pick this because of that. Don't go and say, I didn't pick this school because it's not beautiful, it's not this. No, 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 no. You are not supposed to be saying negative stuffs like that, but you are supposed to be talking about the good side of the ones you picked. I don't know if it's, yeah. So concentrate on the one you pick and tell them why you picked it, and not, oh, the building is so nice, I love the painting. No, reasonable stuff. So moving to the next point, they'll also ask you for the course start date and the end date. So you have to know that to your fingertips, because you are coming to school to learn, right? And you don't even know when your course will start and when it will end. Obviously you have to know. So your course start date and end date should be at your fingertip. And then the tuition fee, that's the next question. The tuition fee and the cost of living. The tuition fee of the university you've picked, you have to know it at your fingertips. and then the cost of living at that place. Okay, most universities on their website, they do put it there, averagely how much you should get on you per month. So when you go on your university's website, usually scroll down cost of living or just type cost of living on their webpage, you will see how much you are supposed to have. Okay, or even UKVI have it there, how much you're supposed to have per annum. You're supposed to have at least 9,000 pound or so, yes, per annum. Okay, or for 9 months at least. But if you go on your university website, you see there how much you're supposed to have per month. Okay, or you can check UKVI. Both will have the answer for you. Some might have £200, some might have £300, some £250 per month, excluding accommodation and the rest though. So you have to look through all that and make sure you have them at your fingertip, because they will ask you. That one, they wouldn't, trust me. Every interviewer will ask you that your tuition fee, your cost of living, about your modules, for sure. And another question they are going to ask you is, where will you stay? Where are you going to stay? Are you going to be in the university's accommodation, or are you going to stay outside the university? You have to have answer for that. So if you are staying in the university's accommodation, you have to let them know. And by that time, make sure you've applied for accommodation and that they've granted it to you and everything. You can use it as proof. Or if you say you are going to stay outside, they will further ask you, how are you going to get to school or for lectures? Are you going to go by bus, by train? Are you going to walk? They want to know how far it is, and how you are going to get there. You have to talk about all of that, okay? If you are going to get there by train, they'll ask you, how are you going to pay? Like, tell them that, oh, you download the train line and that you pay. Or if it's by bus, you download the bus app and that you buy tickets on the bus app. They just want to know whether you've researched about where you want to go, you know yes. And that, oh, I'm going to be paying £2 to go and £2 to go back home, £2 to go to class, £2 to get back home. That is if you are outside campus. But if you are on campus, obviously you walk because you are right there, but you have to let them know. They just want to know if you are aware of your new environment you want to go to. And guys, another question they are going to ask you is, what will you do at your free time? Yes, they want to know what you do at your free time. You have any sport in mind that you want to partake in, but please, it shouldn't just be based on hobbies. Obviously, they know that when you come, you by all means want to do some work. So you have to state it so that they will know that you are aware. So you tell them that, okay, at my free time, maybe play basketball, maybe 10-20 minutes of basketball. I'm going to watch basketball. I'm going to go swimming, you know. But then I will also work, since I am allowed as a student to work for 20 hours per week. Don't just say I'm going to work. Because as a student here in the UK, you are allowed to work for 20 hours per week. So if you just say I'm going to work, you have to say, after, you have your hobbies though. If you don't have, that's fine. But you also work 20 hours per week at your free time. They know you work. So don't try to dodge that question. Just make sure you add the 20 hours per week. Don't just say work, because they have types. It could be full time or part time. And the part time, you're supposed to work for 20 hours. So let them know that you know. And another point, guys, they are going to ask you the modules your course is offering. Yes, you are coming to study, so you have to know that at your fingertips. All of your modules, you have to know them, both the core and the electives or the optional ones. You have to know them, all of them, at your fingertips. And the electives or the optional modules, because they are optional, you have to pick the ones that you want, so you should have made all those calculations that, okay, maybe you'll be given 3 optional courses or 3 optional modules. Okay, I'm going to pick this and not these. So you have to also get all those informations at your fingertips. Okay, because for me personally, they even asked me, after I listed all of my core and my optional. I even made her know. So my core modules are dash 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 dash, and my optional modules are dash 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 dash. And then she later asked me, which optional modules have you picked? You see, so if you've not calculated this ahead of time, you'll be stranded. And then when you tell, I pick this, then they will might ask you. For me, they did ask me. I don't know about you, but they might ask you, if you pick these optional modules plus your core modules, what are the career prospectus for these ones you've picked. So you have to know. For me, on my university's website, if I go to my department's website, everything is there. If you pick these core modules and these, oh no, for the core modules, you don't pick. If you pick these optional modules plus your core modules, you are going to become, you might become so and so, so and so, so and so, maybe public health administrator, this and that, that and that. Everything is written there. So don't just pick randomly. Make sure it aligns with whatever you want to do. Because if they ask you and you made sure all of that was okay, you'll be able to answer. But if not, you might get stuck. And you're not supposed to be doing like you are now thinking, you are now trying to, formulate a lie and stuff. They want to know how credible you are. So please be confident, okay? And they are going to ask you, what do you plan to do when you are done with school? It might sound, I mean, it's a simple question, it's very easy and blah, blah, blah. But they just want to know, are you still going to be in the UK when you are done with school? It's very, very crucial. They want to know. So if they ask you, what are you going to do when you are done with school? Let them know that after school, you are going back to wherever it is you came from. If you came from Ghana, let them know that once you are done with your 1 year course, or if it's undergraduate, your 3 year course, I'm going to go back to my country to work as so and so, whatever course it is that you came to do. You are going back to study as so and so or so and so. Let them know. Don't go and say, oh, when I'm done with the course, I'm going to get a job and start working and make my family here and this and that. You should know you are disqualified once you say that. Disqualified. So let them know once you are done, you are going back. So they won't ask you straightforward. They might not. Some people, they do ask them, are you going to go back when you are done with school? Some, they might not ask you. They'll just ask, what are you going to do when you are done with school? So, once I'm done with school, after my graduation, I go back and then I go work as so and so. There are certain places. It depends on whatever it is you came to study and whatever it is you were doing before you are coming to study. It should add up, okay? Guys, another question they will ask you. They will ask you. And this question is very, very important. Everything I said here is super important. But this one, trust me, it is even more than the word important, because it depends on it. Your passing your credibility interview, it depends on everything I said, but depends hugely on this one too. How are you going to fund your studies, your accommodation, like everything? How are you going to fund it? It's very, very important, because guys all know that schools in the UK are the best. Yes. But they are super expensive, because pound is also heavier than most currencies in the world. So imagine you coming to a university that you are paying £22,000, £30,000, £100,000, this £1,000, that £1,000. If you convert it into your local currency, it's huge. It might not be huge here, but converting it is huge. Okay, so if you are coming from there here, you have to have something huge to sponsor you. Okay, so make sure whatever it is that you are using, if you are being sponsored by parents, by family members, by whoever, make sure you have your bank statement, the bank statement of whoever it is, or if it is yourself, have your bank statement with you. Let it be with you, because they will want to see it. Okay, and you might even upload it to them afterwards. Yes, that's what happened to me. I don't know about other universities. So you will have that with you. And if you are being sponsored by your government, or whichever, if you are on scholarship, you should have that scholarship with you. And if you are being sponsored by whoever, make sure you have that person's bank statement with you. And please, If you say you are being sponsored by your parents, for example, they will ask you, what are your parents doing? What is your mother? What work is your mom doing? What work is your dad doing? How much do they earn per annum? They want to know. Yes, because they want to know if they can indeed sponsor you when you come here. Because as I said, the school fees here is very huge compared to, probably your home country. Yes. So you have to have that at your fingertip. Make sure you know how much. If, for instance, you say, okay, my parents are sponsoring me or sponsoring me, and say the school the university you are hoping to attend is say 22,000 per annum, and then you say your mom is making say 5,000 pounds per annum, and your dad is making say 10,000 pounds per annum. If that one's half is even huge, like if you give something that is far far lower, it might raise questions. You know, I'm not saying you should lie, but it should be something that fits. I'm not saying you should go and sit down and lie. Lying is even bad because it means you are not credible. Yes, but just make sure everything you are saying aligns. That's what I'm just trying to say. Make sure it's the truth, because you can easily remember the truth than lie. You can never remember a lie you told, because you keep changing the story and you'll be caught, and you won't get that CAS to be able to. And without a CAS, you cannot come here, cannot come to the UK. Okay, so please make sure you know all of that. If it's usually scholarship, those ones you don't have much to say. For instance, if it's your government sponsoring you, they won't ask you to tell them how much your government is earning per annum. But if you say parents or relatives or whoever it is that's sponsoring you, once you are taking bank statement, let me put it that way. If it's bank statement, whoever bank statement you are presenting, you have to tell them how much that person is making per annum. And it should be something that the person can indeed sponsor you, basically. And another thing, guys, they want to know the sources of your information. So any information you tell them, they'll ask you where you got it from. For instance, talking about the high quality education, the ranking of the university or whichever, rankings and whatever, and even the cost of living of the university accommodation, the tuition fee. They'll ask you, where did you get it from? Where did you get the information from? Make sure you know at least two, three sources at your fingertips, okay? So, for instance, you can say, if they ask you where you got the tuition fee from, where you got that information from, you can say, oh, the university's website, the cost of living, the university's website, because most universities do place that on their website. They just want to know if you indeed read it. You didn't just get it from a friend. That's why they're asking you where you got your information from, your sources from. Or if you even know somebody in that country or in that school, somebody in that particular school that you want to attend, and the person told you, you can also say, yeah, I have a friend there who told me this. They just want to know the source of your information, whether it's authentic. If you Google it, to you say it, wherever it is you got your information from, you have to know. You can't just be sitting, they'll say, okay. And a bonus thing, guys, bonus is not on the list, but yeah, most of the research that I did, people didn't talk about it. But guess what? I was asked. So that's why it's always good to do extra research, okay? And the thing is, I was asked about my personal statement. First, she asked me if I wrote my personal statement, and I said yes. And she started to ask me questions from my personal statement. So please make sure you write your personal statement yourself. Make sure, even if somebody wrote it for you or whatever, make sure you read through them, know them, because you never know. As I said, I've been watching people talking about their experience and nobody ever mentioned that. But to my surprise, I was asked. So please make sure you are the one that wrote your personal statement. If not, make sure you go read through it 1 million times and know whatever it is in your personal statement, because you could be asked. Okay. So good. That's how it was. It was really, really not, it's not something that's so intense. Make sure that you are relaxed. I was, let me tell you about my experience. I was a bit stressed about it, but I decided to go just relax. So that night I slept. I slept like a baby. I slept early. Made sure I relaxed my brain because that's the only way you remember. If you are stressed, you won't remember. And it might be something that you probably knew, but because you are stressed, it will push whatever it is away. Okay, so I made sure I rested the previous night, slept like a baby, and that early morning, it was like 5 a.m. Ghana time. Five, no, six, sorry, it was 6 a.m. Ghana time because, yeah, UK is ahead of Ghana 1 hour. So it was like, I think 5 a.m. here or so. Pretty early. I remember it was 6 a.m. at my end, or 6:30, but it was around 6 a.m. over there. So I woke up very early and I decided to set up everything. Make sure you set everything before, okay? Don't wait last minute. So I set everything wherever I would say it. I had my jotted stuff with me in case it, I have all my documents and everything. I placed them on the table. So when she asked for this, I'll just show. She asked for that, I'll just show. I was super prepared. Okay. All the documents that you sent to them during your admission process, get them with you, just line them up, even if it's photocopy, just line them up in case they ask for any of it. You show it to them. I made sure I was there before the interview even started. For instance, when it's asked if it were to start at 6:30, I was there by 6 a.m. I was there even before she came, and she also came really early, and she met me, and she was laughing. Probably she was like, ooh. So when she came, we just started right there and then, because it's almost like, what are we going to be waiting for if we are both here? And it was pretty quick. Mine was really, really quick. At 10 minutes was too long. It was supposed to be for 30 minutes or so. So from 6:30 to 7 a.m. But then within 10 minutes, we were done, because any question she asks, I reply quickly. Any document I show, like, I didn't come to joke. I was really, really prepared, and I was relaxed because I rested my brain. So please make sure you relax. It's very important. The questions are not difficult. It's not chemistry questions they are going to ask you, or physics questions or whatever. It's just normal questions about the school that you have applied to. So once you've indeed applied and you indeed want to go to learn, you have all this information already. you know by means, you know how much you're supposed to pay as tuition fee, as accommodation fee, how much you need on you every month to survive in that country. There are things you will know when your course will start, when it will end. Why that country? Why not the country you are at? Why are you coming to the UK? There are things that we all already have in our brain. So it's not chemistry question or calculus or anything that you think is so. No, 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 no. So once your mind is relaxed, you can answer them within a jiffy. I answered, and she was even smiling because I could see that she was impressed because I was super prepared. And I kept talking. And make sure, if you are giving points, don't go and talk plenty things. For instance, why the UK? Just get at least 3 points why the UK. Okay, high quality of education, top universities rankings, maybe they are culturally friendly, they are welcoming to international students. Just three points why that particular university you've picked. Oh, okay, maybe because of the course, the module content, maybe because of its rankings, maybe because of um the nature of it, and whatever, wherever it is located. Something, just 3 point, 2 points is enough. Don't go and list 10 points each, 10 points of this, 10 points of that, 20 points of that. It will be so annoying. And you might not remember because you'll be giving your brain headache. So just relax. Two, highest 3 points each is enough. You can even go 2 points, it's okay, but at least 3 points. Yeah, okay. Okay, and you are good to go. And if they might also ask you if you have family ties, because they want to know if you are done with your studies, you come back. Make them know that you will. Make them know that you will. If not, forget it. You won't get it. Okay. So make them know, oh, my parents are here. Your parents are there with you, your siblings, whoever, they are all there. Maybe you were running a business in your home country, or you have a company, whatever. So when you are done with studies, you go back to that thing. You see how it is. Don't let them know that back in your home country you don't have anything. If you do that, you are finished, because it means you won't go back, so you won't get it. So please make sure you get your facts right, and that you are indeed coming to study. Okay. So, guys, so far so good. That is it for your pre-CAS or credibility interview. You can also share your experience in the comment section, and if you have any question for me, I am ready to help you with that. Good luck in your pre-CAS or credibility interview, and yeah, congratulations in advance. Once you've watched this video, you are, especially if you watch the video till the end, you are going to pass it. Okay. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video. Until then, bye.